Agriculture is the most useful, most helpful, and most notable employment of men. With this line of George Washington, we will commence with our today's program. A very good morning to all the dignitaries present today. I, Chalna Sadhababu, on behalf of GHRU University, welcome you all for this very first edition of National Agriculture Conclave in association with the Indian Council of Agriculture Research. In this very own city of Nagpur, which is known by the name of Orange City and the Zero-Mile City of India. The objective behind hosting this conclave is to discuss on certain issues which are very pertinent at this point of time. It is said that if agriculture education serves its purpose brilliantly, every form of being a global leader for India will be possible. So taking that as the agenda today, we will take this conference forward. I would now request the dignitaries on the dais to please come for the lighting of the lamp. Before every program, we would like to welcome our guest with a floral bouquet. I would request the Chancellor of GHRU, Shri Sunilji Raisoni, to welcome our chief guest for today, Dr. Professor S. Parashuraman sir.
आप साइड में
मैडम आप साइड में जाइए.
सर प्लीज.
Now I will request Vice Chancellor of the University, Dr. Rajan Vedukar sir, to welcome our guest of honor, Dr. Narendra Singh Rathore sir. Registrar of GHRU, to welcome our second guest of honor, Dr. Akhilesh Pandey sir. Dr. Kevin Gowley, the Dean of the School of Agriculture of GHRU University, to welcome our Honorable Chancellor, Shri Sunil Ji Raisoni sir. Dr. Rajan Vedukar. Thank you, sir. Now I will request Dr. Rajan Vedukar sir, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of GHRU University, to give his welcome address.
The Honorable President of this function and the Chancellor of GHRU University, Shri Sunil Raisoni, the Honorable Chief Guest of today's function and the former Director of a prestigious, world over known, the highest NAC grade. NAC is National Assessment and Accreditation Council's highest grade in the country, Professor Parasuraman, who has agreed to come here as a chief guest. In just 4 days before when we called him, he agreed to come to be the chief guest of this function. Sir, thank you very much for accepting our invitation. The Honorable Deputy Director General of Indian Council of Agricultural Research, New Delhi, Dr. Rathore, the Chairman of the Madhya Pradesh Private Universities Ayog Commission, Dr. Pandey ji, all the Vice Chancellors, those who have come from various universities and various places, the Emeritus Professors, academicians, invitees, print and electronic media, my colleagues in the university, and my dear young student friends. Let me welcome all of you to a orange city, the city known for oranges, the California of India. The Orange City, on behalf of myself and on behalf of the Honorable Chancellor and on behalf of all my colleagues and students of GHRU University, I hope you have enjoyed this day yesterday. Whatever we could, we tried to do our best. I am sure you will enjoy further for one more day. We are trying to give best of the best hospitality, provide best of the best hospitality to all of you. So welcome to this first conclave of national level conclave of all the Vice Chancellors in this country in the field of agriculture. Let me spend 1 or 2 minutes on the university. Why the existence of this university? And why the existence of this university in the remotest rural part of Madhya Pradesh? The university is very, very young. We are not as enlightened as you are in the agriculture field, as you have spent your entire life in agriculture, whereas we are very, very young. We have born on 13th of June 2016, so you can imagine we are just 1.5 years old institution. The institution is the last village of Madhya Pradesh and first village from Maharashtra, which is in Madhya Pradesh. There are no educational institution in that area, and there are only 5 villages whose population altogether is not more than 20,000, and therefore the Honorable Chancellor felt that I must do something for this region so that I can provide access to the people, to the young people, those who have not been provided the access, not been provided the quality education, and therefore let us establish this university in the ruralest part of Madhya Pradesh. Secondly, why agriculture as one of the school in this? We are going tomorrow there, so you will really understand what kind of agriculture practices are there. Why they need this agriculture school. So the Honorable Chancellor felt that let us help the farmers of that region so that we can at least add some value, at least bring some change, at least transform that region so that their lifestyle also will increase and enhance, and they also will live a good life as we all are living, mostly living in the cities. That is the reason why this university has been established. The third reason is, it is not an agriculture university, though our focus is agriculture education, but we believe in interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary and transdisciplinary approach because we are living in 21st century, and therefore the third most important reason is let engineering, management, pharmacy, medicine, other disciplines also should come there, and all of them should work together because walls between the disciplines have disappeared. There is no Berlin Wall now. And therefore, if there is no Berlin Wall, then all the disciplines should be in one campus so that everyone should work together. That is the reason. The fourth is, why this conclave? Why not in engineering? Why not in management? But why in agriculture? Because we feel that agriculture is the most important, as you also feel, from humanity's point of view. We will become 9 billion in 2050. How are we going to feed them? And therefore we feel that agriculture is the most important subject in 21st century, and therefore we thought of organizing a national agriculture conclave, not in other disciplines but in agriculture. That is the reason why we are here. So the reason behind organizing this is, can we create a platform of intellectuals, of all the Vice Chancellors, so that they come together and discuss, have dialogue, and find the solutions to the problems our country and as a world we are facing, and can we find out solutions to that. Creating a network of intellectual capital, sharing best practices with each other, conducting joint research projects with each other. We collaborate with other universities in the world, but we generally don't collaborate with each other, even if we are neighbors. we also must learn to collaborate with each other. Become a support provider to the policy makers in terms of policy frameworks. To envision a new paradigm for the future. These are the few reasons which I have mentioned here. But let me tell you that this is not the only conclave which we are organizing this year and forgetting it. The Honorable Chancellor has said that this should be an annual event, and every year we will organize this National Agriculture Conclave in Nagpur, and wherein your inputs and your participation is more important, because this is the kind of corporate social responsibility which the organization would like to do. Now, we have kept 3 sessions. As the Deputy Director General, we had a discussion with him, and I must really appreciate him from the bottom of my heart, because the moment I had gone to him, because we are new in this field, we thought that we may not get a response, and therefore when we met him, within 38 seconds, I am a mathematician, so therefore I use this kind of numbers. So within 38 seconds he has said yes, and he said, I will write letters to all the Vice Chancellors and I will invite them. So thank you very much, sir, for providing the support to us, and now we are married with each other, and we will continue without any divers for coming years. And therefore, he has provided 3 topics today, and we have kept only 3 so that we can have a discussion in details. Number 1 is status and scope of human capital requirement. Number 2, reforms in knowledge and skill requirement of agricultural graduates. And third is enhancing productivity, competitiveness, and rural growth. I'll just finish in 2 minutes, as I am also eager, as you are, to listen to all the 3 experts in these fields. Now, the transformation, I have never seen agriculture 1.0. Some of you might have. But then we had moved from agriculture 1.0 to agriculture 2.0. And now we are talking about agriculture 3.0, 3.0 we call it. The slogans have changed. We need to learn from the agriculture 1.0 the best practices. We need to learn from the mistakes which we have done in agriculture 2.0, and we need to find a resilient farming system. How do we find that resilient farming system, and how do we change our slogan from agriculture 1.0 to agriculture 3.0? That is the most important thing which I think we should discuss here. The slogans have changed from 1.0 to 3.0. The slogan was in 1.0, feed the family. In 2.0, feed the world. And now in 3.0, it is producing food as if people matter. It is for the human being, and no negative effect of that. At the same time, feeding each and everybody, giving them choices is very, very important, and I hope we will be discussing from that point of view. We will be helping the government to frame the policy on 5-dimension things. One is the people, second is the preservation, the third is place, fourth is prosperity, and fifth is policy. These 5 P's, whereas in corporate and business, they think of 3 dimensions, but here in agriculture, we need to think from 5 dimensions, and 5 P's are important, and creating an enabling environment for each and every stakeholder. I'll end with 3 books, 3 reports which I have read, just small paragraphs. I liked very much. You already may be knowing, but let me just say, a book written by Janine Benyus, who has written a book on biomimicry, Innovation and Inspired by Nature is the name of the book. In 1997 she wrote a book, and this is true even today. That is, she says, I quote, "We are awake now, and the question is, how do we stay awake to the living world? How do we make the act of asking nature's advice a normal part of everyday's inventing. The second report says, which is a holistic management international organization, they have stated, now is the time for rising up, for engaging our lunatic ingenuity, our systems design frameworks, our holistic management policy design and decision-making skills, our permaculture forms, our keyline design, water harvesting, our holistic plan, grazing, our powerful animal impact, our living soil organism and food web, our resilient local food systems, our abundant local jobs and regenerative carbon sequestering ecologies, our payment for ecosystem services, and with everything running and thriving ever more simply using air, water and sunlight, the abundant bounties of nature, a blessed revolution indeed. The third book which I was reading, written by Ernst Friedrich Schumacher. In his book, Small is Beautiful, he says, ever bigger machines entailing ever bigger concentrations of economic power and exerting ever greater violence against the environment do not represent progress. They are a denial of wisdom. Wisdom demands a new orientation of science and technology towards the organic, the gentle, the non-violent, the elegant and beautiful. From scientists and technologies, we need methods and equipment which are cheap enough so they are accessible to virtually everyone. 2, suitable for small-scale applications, and 3, compatible with man's need for creativity. I unquote. I believe in one sentence which I like the most: change is mandatory, survival is optional. We have to decide whether we want to survive or not. And if we really want to survive, then this is the forum which we wanted to create to discuss and deliberate on these issues. Friends, I thank all of you for coming here and giving your time for this conclave. I am sure we will learn from all of you. We need your help, we need your support. And lastly, I read a book written by a physicist, a Japanese settled in US. His name is Kaku, Physics of 21st Century. In Physics of 21st Century, he says 21st century belongs to biology. And therefore, we also need to move from chemistry of soil to biology of soil. That is the future. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir has a rich experience of 33 years in the Indian education system as a teacher and development leader. And this we can 100% guess by his words of wisdom that he spoke right now. That was Dr. Velukar, the Vice Chancellor of GHRU. Now I will request our guest of honor, Dr. Akhilesh Pandey, to deliver his talk. Pandey sir has done his education in BSc and MSc from RD University, Jabalpur. He is a PhD holder in botany. He has been involved in many administrative activities and he has some distinguished awards to his name. To name a few are Professor R.N. Trivedi, Young Scientist Medal by Mendelian Society of India. He is the Fellow of Indian Botanical Society. He is the Chief Editor of Science India, a Vigyan Bharati publication in Bhopal, and he is the Honorary Member of the Research Board of Advisors, ABI, USA, since the year 2000. Sir, we all are waiting to listen to your words.
Yes, Pasram, Chief Guest of this function, Honorable Chancellor of Raisoni, GS Raisoni University, Sri Sunil Raisoni ji, DDG ICAR, Professor Narendra Singh Rathore ji, Honorable Vice Chancellor, GS Raisoni, University, Madhya Pradesh, Professor Valukar ji, Honorable Vice Chancellors of various universities, professors, faculty members of GS Raisoni University, and dear friends. I am not expert in agriculture, but being a professor of botany, I have some collaboration with agriculture people. I have done some work with weed science people and even plant pathology people in agriculture, working in agriculture universities. Being a teacher and a son of a farmer, I belong to UP, a very remote area in Uttar Pradesh, and most of it dominated by the agriculture. I have some idea about just like discuss with you peoples. Only there are few things which as a teacher I would like to share. One of them, this education is a culture of a country, and as you know, India since ancient time have a very long and prestigious education system. But due to some reasons, by invaders also, our education system not totally, but up to certain marks, our education system have been deployed. One of the major reason, most of the time our youngsters thought we learn everything from the Western countries. Our education system basically reduced the dependency on our own system. However, India is an agrarian country. More than 80% of our rural population is based on agriculture. Their livelihood basically on agriculture. Agriculture, no doubt, after independence. Before independence, as all of you know, we have a huge shortage of food grains. But after independence, because of so many revolution like white, blue, green revolution, now we are sufficient in food grains. But still, there are certain problems. Within 40, 50 years of green revolution, we are facing lot of problems in agriculture, especially if you just see the impact of various pesticides, synthetic chemicals and others. So we have to think, we have very limited time. I would like to just pinpoint some of the challenges in agriculture which especially we can address by the education. For example, education nowadays, it requires integration. We should not go alone. It requires integration in all the faculties, not only in the faculties, but even different disciplines like basic. Nowadays, basic sciences totally ignored by all the professional courses. They are not at all get the attention from the either scientists, teachers, or even the policy makers. Now we are focusing only on this applied sciences, all the fields, either agriculture or medical or others. Only people they are giving focus on the applied sciences. So some of the major, which I just find out from the various literatures, now agriculture education should also focus on role of private investment. Private investment in agriculture is still very low. Another is credit facilities to the farmers. Farmers have very less knowledge about the agricultural policies or agricultural facilities given by the governments or other corners. Use of water resources. Still our farmers is not aware. When our students are, I think in our syllabus or curriculum also, there is very less about the awareness about the water resource management. Even strong marketing infrastructure. We are, no doubt our farmers have potential. They are producing huge amount of the grains, but still marketing is one of the major problem, and market strategies we can incorporate in the education. Then effective agro-processing technology is still either in Madhya Pradesh or most of this agricultural dominated areas. Sometimes production is very high, but management, like even perishable these materials, vegetables and others, huge amount, tons of the vegetables and grains they are going to destroy by the either climates or some other problem, because of post-harvest technology is it's not very common and potential in our country. So we have to focus on the post-harvest technology. Even flood and drought, every year we lose about the huge amount of the agricultural product or productivity because of the flood. And even soil testing, water testing system is not very popular in agricultural rural areas. And one of the most things, that is the ignorance of law and regulations for the farmers, or especially in the agriculture. One more thing, in most of the countries they have employment generated by the agricultural system, like plant health clinics. In India, I think you are an expert and I don't have any idea about this, but in our country, this concept is ignored. Plant health, these clinics, like medical sciences, we have to generate the employment. Until unless we generate the employment, our students will not come in this field. That is the plant health clinics. Even there are certain crops, their storage material, nutritive materials is in the organic phosphate. In animal sciences, this value addition, especially animal feeds and poultry feeds, they have some of the like some incorporation of phytase enzymes and others. But in most of the cases in human nutritive value, this food materials, there is no such type of additive values like conversion of phytase into phosphorus and other things. So that is also one of the value addition is also very important for this. Another problem is now we are just in future agro-terrorism. Now just like our this focus of the terrorists is going to shift towards the agro-economy. But they are now shifting towards the destroy the agricultural economy of the nations. So we have to prepare for the future also. There are certain countries, they are focusing on the agro-terrorism, how to counter the agro-terrorism. In future, I think that will be one of the most very serious threat for the agriculture, especially agrarian economy. We have to prepare for that also. And in the last, there are certain problems are ignorance by this agricultural farmers. Burning of straw, burning of agro waste, which create lot of problems to the. We have to focus on the bioconversion of this agro waste. Until unless we have to utilize each and every segments of the agricultural productivity will not go for the sustainable agriculture. Now the demand, education basically incorporate how we can go for this sustainable agriculture. We have to utilize all the materials, either straw, waste material, agro waste, for the benefit of the farmers. These certain points we have to incorporate in our education system. And one more things, there are two very important themes given by our either central government or our various organizations. Recent year, the theme was this Indian Science Congress, that are teaching to unreach through science and technology. Until unless our research, our entire education system reach to our rural peoples, it will not help to the building of the nation. And another very important thing, that is science and technology for disabled person. That was the theme of the UGC University Grant Commission last year. It is also very important. Our substantial population is disabled. How they can involve in the agriculture, how they can have the advantage of our science and technology. These are few things which I would like to share with you people. I think some of the things we must take care of in our agriculture education system. Raisoni University, I just one point with the Raisoni group. Raisoni University is just, although it is a very young university, but in Madhya Pradesh, 29 private, out of 29 private universities established, and running in the entire state. Raisoni, GS Raisoni is within 1.5 years, it has gained such important, like within, we have rated about these universities within 5. The Raisoni is within 1.5 years is gaining very important position, especially in agriculture and management. So I congratulate our Chancellor, Sri Raisoni Sahab, for even to such a courage to establish a private university in the very rural area, because our most of the big groups, they are not interested to come in the rural area, they are simply interested to establish the private university in the metropolitan state, but he has courage to establish and run the private university in a very rural area. So I just, on behalf of the Madhya Pradesh government and my commission, I congratulate him, entire group of Raisoni group, for such gestures shown by him. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Dr. Akhilesh Pandey, sir, for your enlightening words. Now I will request Dr. Narendra Singh Rathore, sir, Deputy Director General, Agriculture Education, ICAR, New Delhi, to give his speech. Sir has been joined as a DDG Education ICAR on 31st July 2015, and he is also a special invitee member of Executive Committee of IAUA as the ICAR representative. He did his BE from Udaipur University and his MTech from IIT Delhi. He is a PhD in Agriculture Engineering, and he possesses 35 years of experience in the SAUs. He is the founder VC of SKAU Jobner and DDG Engineering ICAR. So we are looking forward to your words, sir.
Thank you. Good morning to one and all. Most respected chief guest of this function, Dr. Parsuram Sahab, chairman of this group, GHRU Raisoni University, Dr. Sunil Raisoni Sahab, our guest of honor, Dr. Akhilesh Pandey Sahab, Honorable Vice Chancellor and always source of inspiration for not for this Raisoni University but for us as well. I have seen since when I came in contact with the Honorable Vice Chancellor of this university, I have seen that he always saying that learning never stop. It is a type of a destination. It is not a type of a destination, but it is a type of a journey. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot. I can see here many our senior colleagues, Dr. Chahal, Dr. Gupta, Dr. Patel, Dr. Chengappa Sahab, and all Honorable Vice Chancellor of this our State Agriculture University, private university Honorable Vice Chancellor are also sitting, emeritus scientists, emeritus professors, they have also came forward to deliberate the issue. I am really happy. Even few professors and eminent scientists from the extension group, even winner of a KVK's award, some people are sitting in this hall, and all boys and girls and faculty member of Raisoni group. At the outset, I would like to congratulate first of all to our Chancellor and Vice Chancellor of GHRU Raisoni University that they have done a really good job. And basically there is a proverb, coming together is a beginning, stay together is a winning, and working together is a success. So at least 2 steps they have cleared, that they have called all people, those who are working for the cause of agriculture education in public and private sector. He called all of them, and today I am happy to see the gathering and I can see that really a deliberation will be very good. So together we all came to this place. Now we are also stayed for 2 days, and we will see how we will discuss the issues. There are 3 different themes we have identified, and definitely we will be in the position to give to the society. This is the very first conclave, and I am really happy to see their interest and their energy. This group, still today, they are saying that we will make this a continuous series, and every year we will meet and we will deliberate on different issues related to agriculture. Dr. Akhilesh Pandey Sahab has given a lot of information. I remember when I have joined this DDG education, it was really on a very good platform. On the date when I have joined it, even I was more excited to get this job as compared to DDG engineering. And I have seen that there is a good potential in education, no doubt, because as far as agriculture education is concerned, perhaps this is the only education which should be taught in a country like India. Because we people, this country is an agriculture-based country, and everybody, not only in a structural education, in an informal education, and all stakeholders, they should know from where the food is coming and how it is being processed, and without food where we are, and what will be our future. That type of information one should have. Dr. Pandey sir, I would like to mention, and at this moment I should remember our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi sir. He, one time I got an opportunity to discuss some of the issue where he chaired the session. And we have tried to articulate. Dr. Venkateswarlu and Dr. Chetty, both my ADGs are sitting here. We have tried to articulate a number of things which he has floated on that meeting. And he said that as far as agriculture education is concerned, it should have a 1T, 2T, 3T and 4T. I still remember these all the 4 words which he has mentioned. 1T means he said that agriculture education should be of a temperate in nature. It should be balancing. Because in agriculture education, we are not only supposed to develop a skilled human resources, but we are also responsible for basic research and applied research. Basic research for knowledge generation and applied research for development of technology and for development of a new system and devices. So that's why he said that let us give a right type of importance to each and everything. You should not be so biased for education only, but at the same time you are supposed to work for right research, right type of extension as well. Dr. Pandey has identified there are some lacuna, but it is not like that. As far as the 12 crore farmers are concerned, I am happy to say that our ICR reached to them. And we have done a lot of good job, but only thing is that we are not in position to propagate the things, and we are poor as far as the documentation, because our Krishi Vigyan Kendra, with a network of 680 Krishi Vigyan Kendra across the country, it is really a biggest network. If you combine all state agriculture university, Krishi Vigyan Kendra, we have got 102 ICR institute, we have got a AICRP network project. If you will combine it, I think it is a biggest network as far as the agriculture system is concerned in the world. So that's why this is the thing where we have done a lot of good activity. If you see that last year production, 276 million tons of grain production we have achieved. It is a really remarkable. As far as the milk production is concerned, we have crossed 163 million tons. As far as the horticulture production is concerned, we have crossed 300 million tons. And see, from where we have started. In 1947, our production was hardly of 49 million tons. From 49 million tons grain production, we reached to the 276. And one more thing, our Honorable Prime Minister said, that let us double the income of farmer by 2022. That is a new target which I have decided. And perhaps in case if agriculture education will be articulated in right way, then only we will reach to that position. And I am happy to say that not only state agriculture university, many private universities are doing a good job. At present, we have got a 75 state agriculture university, which includes state agriculture, veterinary, and state horticulture university. We have got a central agriculture university, 3 in numbers. We have got a 4 central university with agriculture faculty. We are also having a ICR deemed university, 4 major institutes, IARI, IVRI, NDRI, CFA Mumbai. They are doing a good job. And as a result of this, many private universities are also coming up. I am happy to share that we have got a 75 private university at present, those who are getting the need of agriculture education. There may be some cases where they don't have a right type of infrastructure, but they are eagerly waiting for some support, some type of a direction, some type of a new initiatives. I am happy that our few colleagues from a private university, they have also joined, because the very purpose of this meeting was to come on a same platform where we can discuss, we from the public sector, we can discuss that what are the things which we are supposed to have in a private sector. I am happy to see the word of Dr. Pandey. He mentioned that this university tops in agriculture. That gives a different type of sensation when I heard this word. And I want that all private universities, they should excel as far as agriculture education is concerned. So 1T I have covered. As far as the 2T is concerned, Honorable Prime Minister, he mentioned that this 2T is for all faculty members. Dean of this agriculture college is quite young. Our Honorable Chief Guest, he mentioned that a very young Dean is there in this group. And that is true. We want a youngster to join the group of teaching. And here basically this 2T means first is a teaching and second is a testing. Teaching means you are supposed to articulate a right sense of a knowledge, right sense of a skill, right sense of ability, right sense of experience. Everybody should know. Knowledge means it is a what to do. Skill means how to do. Ability means how to simplify the process. And your experience means how to increase the efficiency and how to reduce the losses. So that type of teaching one has to maintain in the agriculture education. It is not as simple coming and giving a basics and fundamental and theory and practices. But agriculture education need a different type of skilling. Means how to do. That is a more important task. And as far as the testing is concerned, we don't want that a formal testing should be there. I think most of the people sitting in this hall, they might have gone through with the recommendation of our 5th Dean's Committee. Very well we have given that how to test the student. Testing requires a different type of arrangement. It is not a simple you can go for a new set of a student ready program we have introduced and a type of experiential learning. And I am happy to say that the Government of India has established more than that of 460 experiential learning across the country. And we have spent more than 300 crore rupees where we have established a type of a mechanism where students are coming, they are performing a experiment, they are involved in a processing and value addition, even a sense of a marketing and running of experiential learning in a business mode we have introduced. And that gives, and very good results are coming. Last year, when our Honorable Agriculture Minister asked that what is the output of this, total 19,000 students passed from our public sectors, and these 19,000 students, out of this 19,000, more than 18,000 of students they have undergone with experiential learning. And I am sure in case if you interview them, they will be in the position to tell that what type of skill is required in a different type of a unit operation as far as the processing, value addition, as far as the integrated farming system, food safety, even for different type of a climate resilience agriculture. In every aspect, even we have introduced a new courses like conservation agriculture, precision agriculture, specialty agriculture, secondary agriculture. So my request is to kindly go through with the syllabus. You will definitely appreciate our efforts. 3T is basically for right type of a governance. Our Honorable Prime Minister, he said that this 3T means a timely action, trouble-free approach and right type of a transparency. And that is required in agriculture education. Because Rabi crop is there, it has got some duration, Kharif has got a different duration. So you are supposed to make a right type of a timely action and then you are supposed to maintain all unit operation. And that type of governance, we don't want any type of a things. And as far as the politics is concerned, perhaps you might be aware that what is happening in many of the universities, students are involved in other activity. But proudly I can say in our agriculture university, whether it is a horticulture, fishery and veterinary, everywhere students are committed for study, they are committed for learning, they have got free space for thinking, they are doing a right job, they are earning, even a type of a earning mechanism in the experiential learning we have introduced. So that type of governance we made through our intervention of ICR. As far as the 4T is concerned, and perhaps Dr. Supam, our Venkateswarlu and Dr. Chetty both deserve appreciation, they have articulated this 4T in our syllabus of 4th Dean's Committee which we have recommended. First T is a traditional. First year we have tried to include all traditional courses. The boys should be in the position to understand from where we have started, what was our predecessors were doing, what were our forefathers were doing. All traditional technology we have included. Second thing is second T is a technology. Means a technology which is indigenously and which is available at the international level. We have tried to include it, that all technology. Third T means we have tried to increase the talent of the student. And fourth T is a type of a training, student ready program. I am happy from this place I am going to the Karnataka. And Karnataka, all deans and all vice chancellors, they deserve appreciation. They made this, that they have invited us, and we all are going to Karnataka in Bangalore. And they have arranged a meeting of all deans that what is a new in this student ready program. And we will try, although they have implemented, but still they are eager to know something extra. So that type of a way forward we are looking. So we basically, I can assure that as far as the whole agriculture education is concerned, we are in the right shape, but still lot of things has to be done. And we will have to look that what will be the way forward, especially for mitigating the faculty shortage. Second thing is that very important thing is that last year we have introduced the national ranking, but let us think for international ranking, how we can have a collaboration with the foreign universities, how we can have a industries academia interface, because this is a very important thing. We have got more than 1,680 organized sectors and MNCs working in the field of agriculture, either in the manufacturing of implements or seeds, or there are a lot of industries people are there. But only thing is that how to make a right type of denting in the mindset of this all industry, so that we will get more good opportunity as far as the placement of a student. So that is some of the things, and we are definitely looking forward to have some roadmap with the help of this 2 days conclave. I am really happy to be part of this conclave, and organizers are also giving me a half an hour slot where I would like to give a complete picture of agriculture education in India, and I would like to urge to all of you, kindly spare your valuable time and give me the suggestion. We are always looking forward to have something new. We don't want to enforce anything from our side. It is a mutually we are deciding. As far as the course syllabus is concerned, perhaps in the agriculture education only, it is being decided with the help of deans of different agriculture colleges. And same thing we have done in the master program. Now we have already constituted a committee for making a complete exercise for in a postgraduate courses through BSMA, broad subject matter in agriculture. And we have already communicated all experts. And I am sure within 1 year or so we will be in position to give altogether a new course syllabus for post-graduation and PhD program. I am really thankful to be a part of this one, and I will look forward with a right type of a deliberation, and this conclave will give a new direction to ICR as well, and we seek and I wish that this will be a very successful program. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
We all surely look forward to your sessions in the afternoon. Now, we are eagerly waiting to listen to our chief guest for today, Dr. Professor S. Parshuraman Sir. Sir has done his MSc in Anthropology and his PhD in Demography from the University of Mumbai. He has over 25 years of experience as a teacher, and he has been instrumental in establishing and nurturing many institutions. Facilitating capacity building on rights-based approach to development, he has held many important positions during his career. He has to his name over 50 publications in the form of articles in the international and national journals. So, we are looking forward to hear your words.
Why don't you sit down, please? Yeah. Respected Chancellor Sunilji Rasoni, Vice Chancellor Rajendra Belungar, Dr. Pandey, Dr. Rathorji, respected Vice Chancellors, professors, guests, the faculty, staff of the university, and my dear students. I am very happy to be here actually, to talk about agriculture. I originally come from a village whereby my father had 2 acres of land. Now that land remains, of course, since, and one of my brothers still stays in the village. Now, for the last 10 years, he stopped cultivation. Why? He stopped cultivation primarily because it doesn't give him any returns. First of all, there is no water. When it rains in Western Ghats in Kerala, we get hot air in my village. So we have no water. The groundwater has gone so deep down, so we cannot get any more water. So water is a problem. And secondly, even if we grow something, it is not giving any remunerative price. So he can't make squares meet. So what I told him, now I earn money, I'll send you every month some money. You and sister-in-law eat properly and sleep properly and stay properly and leave the land as it is. So the land, like my brother, in my village, only people who are left are old people, older than me, old people, and uncultivated land. So friends, what is happening is that Indian agriculture is in a serious crisis actually at this point in time. Why serious crisis? It's not that we don't produce enough. We produce enough, but then the farmers don't get enough in return. So when the President Trump won American presidency, I wrote him a letter. You know, I like people like Trump, you know, very intelligent fellow. I wrote to him. What did I write to him? I said, Mr. Trump, congratulations on your victory in American election. But as you said, you are against trade pacts. You are going to abolish trade. So please do one thing. You abolish agreement on agriculture from WTO. That was my demand. I wrote why he should abolish the agreement on agriculture from WTO. Have you gone to Geneva's agreement on agriculture office? I think it's a large office with lots of white people. 99% of the people are from United States, all the settled agricultural countries, and 1% are from our countries, and they are not from agriculture. All of them studied in United States, Cornell, and all those places, and they, so settled agricultural countries are those places where average land holding is 5,000 hectares. You know, in South Africa, I was there for 3 years. Only 1,266 farmers own 85% of all agricultural lands. You can drive through, still their land continues actually. So, what kind of policies they can make for a country like ours through WTO when people come from, you know, the kind of schools they study, Harvard and Yale and you know, Cornell, where agreement on agriculture is fundamentally for safeguarding the rights of plant breeders. So when our parliament was legislating in our country, Farmers' Rights Bill, our bureaucrats are very intelligent fellows. They were signing UPA agreement. The agreement, there is agreement of, that is the rights of, you know, the UPA is a plant breeders' rights. So they were already signing the UPA. So in other words, when you sign UPA rights, the rights of the plant breeders, our Farmers' Rights Act becomes irrelevant. So friends, what I am trying to tell you is that we must do something in order to deal with when somebody told us, you know, the High Court of, you know, the High Courts and Supreme Courts have a very interesting job to do. They say Tata Institute will do this research and submit report. They don't tell us. They pass a judgment and it comes in newspaper and we have to submit the report. So they told us that, you know, you do a research on farmer suicide in Maharashtra in 2006. So High Court has asked us, so I found some money from somewhere. You know, money they don't give. They only order. So I bought money from somewhere and we went around to the Vidarbha and tried to find out why farmers have committed suicide. Of course, one thing is that their wife said, if these men only told us that they have problems, we would have solved their problems. You know, we don't consult women at all. Men are very, very, very difficult fellows. You know, if they consulted women, they would not have committed suicide. And they left them for difficult jobs and went away. So broadly, what were the conclusions? The conclusions are that, one, the climate change has implications to farming system, whereby, you know, in Vidarbha, Marathwada, if you see, it doesn't rain on time, and then during when harvest season comes, before that you get hailstorm. No, you know, people get monies to cultivate in difficult situation, and hailstorm comes and takes away everything. quite a lot of damage was done this year also for hailstorm. That is one problem. Second problem is that credit is becoming